Jezdimir Dangić was a Bosnian Serb Chetnik commander during World War II. Born in the town of Bratunac, he was imprisoned during World War I for his membership of the revolutionary movement Young Bosnia. He subsequently completed a law degree and became an officer in the Gendarmerie of the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats and Slovenes at the beginning of 1928. In 1940 he was appointed to lead the gendarmerie detachment stationed at the Yugoslav Royal Palace. With the Axis invasion of Yugoslavia in 1941, Dangić commanded the gendarmerie unit that escorted King Peter II out of the country. In August of that year, General Draza Mihailović appointed him commander of the Chetnik forces in eastern Bosnia. Here, Dangić and his men launched several attacks against the forces of the independent state of Croatia. In August, Dangić's Chetniks captured the town of Srebrenica. Afterwards, they became largely inactive in fighting the Germans, choosing instead to avoid confrontation. In December, Chetniks under Dangić's command massacred hundreds of Bosnian Muslims in the town of Gorazda. In December, his Chetniks captured 5 nuns and took them with them through Romanian to Gorazda, where they late committed suicide to avoid being raped. In January 1942, Dangić ordered his forces to not resist German and NDH troops during the anti-partisan offensive known as Operation Southeast Croatia. Afterwards, he was invited to Belgrade to negotiate the terms of proposed Chetnik collaboration with the Germans with Milan Nedić and General der Artillerie, Paul Bada. Although a deal was struck, it was vetoed by the Wehrmacht commander in Southeast Europe, General der Pionier Walter Gunzer, who remained suspicious of Dangić. Despite this, Dangić's Chetniks collaborated with German forces in eastern Bosnia over a period of several months beginning in December 1941. In April, Dangić was arrested when he traveled to Serbia despite promising to operate only within the territory of Bosnia, and was sent to a prisoner of war camp in German-occupied Poland. In 1943, he escaped from the camp and the following year participated in the Warsaw Uprising. In 1945, he was captured by the Red Army and was extradited to Yugoslavia, where he stood accused of committing war crimes. In 1947, he was tried, convicted, sentenced to death and executed by Yugoslavia's new communist authorities. Early life and interwar period. Jezdimir Dangić was born in the town of Bratunac on 4 May 1897 as one of 10 children. His father Savo was a Serbian Orthodox priest and his mother was a housewife. Dangić attended high school in Tuzla and became a communist sympathizer. He was also one of the youngest members of the revolutionary organization known as Young Bosnia. Following Gavrilo Princip's assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria on 28 June 1914, Dangić was arrested by the Austro-Hungarian police because of his membership. He was tried in Bihać alongside 32 others in September 1915 and imprisoned for 2.5 years for participating in revolutionary activities. Dangić's parents were also arrested. His father was charged with treason and sentenced to death, but his sentence was later reduced to 3.5 years imprisonment. Dangić's mother was never tried, as she suffered a mental breakdown from spending several months in solitary confinement and her trial was postponed indefinitely. Dangić was released from prison at the end of World War I, in November 1918. The following year, he and Bozo Ilić organized a series of communist demonstrations in Belgrade, for which they were arrested and imprisoned. Following his release from prison, Dangić became a member of the League of Farmers, a party which protected the interests of Bosnian Serb peasantry and which was the precursor to the Chetnik movement in Bosnia and Herzegovina. During World War II, he also obtained a law degree and spent the some time as a district officer in Belgrade, Subotica, Kratovo and Vlasenica. By 1928, he had achieved the rank of cavalry sub-lieutenant. He joined the gendarmerie on 3 January 1928, and worked his way up to the rank of major. Over his career, Dangić served in Skopje, Tuzla, Virovitica, and Zagreb. In 1940, he was appointed to lead the gendarmerie detachment stationed at the Yugoslav Royal Palace. He was married and had 2 daughters born in 1931 and 1937. Between 1937 and 1941, Dangić published 10 articles in the newspaper Politica. He published his first novel in 1938, titled Our Imprisonment. The book was praised by academics such as Vladimir Korović, and Dangić received a literary award from the Serbian Royal Academy. In 1940, he published a novel called Hunger and a Dungeon, for which he received another accolade from the Serbian Royal Academy. Bogoljub Srebrenian poet Milan Kursin praised the book as an excellent depiction of prison life.